Hey, I'm back again. So I know I ain't done a video in a while. Hunting season's over. I'm gonna be getting ready to do some videos with the kids fishing and stuff. But lately I've been getting questions from guys around, messages about shooting fingers and arrow flight. You know, I've covered this a bunch, but you came to the right place. So this is my bow. That last hunt of the year, I shot that buck at 50 yards with, and the doe, and this thing works good. I used to use this thing whenever they came out. What was that, 2015? The old no-cam, and I love this thing. It's so smooth. But, and this is going to go for every single bow. Let's assume that you have your arrow that you want. It's tuned. And in my case, I've said it before, but I shoot gold tips. These are full length arrows, and I've got a 50 grain insert weight in, and it's 125 grain point. And this sucker shoots perfect, assuming you get a good release, is what a few guys have been asking me. So this thing's about 60 pounds. Now I'm gonna try to tell you the process of what I do. Sometimes my shot mechanics sometimes I start collapsing and I don't do what I'm supposed to. And I'll get fishtailing and just crap arrow flight. And it all goes back to one thing, these basic mechanics. So the sun's gonna be right in your face. So I'm gonna just spin you around here, and I'm gonna draw back and tell you a good way to feel the pressure on your fingers and to release the bow. And you can practice this up close. Release the string, you don't release the bow. And you can practice this up close to where you get used to it, and it'll almost be like a shot sequence to where you talk yourself through it, and it'll just help. That's what I've been doing for quite a while, and it really works. All right, we're gonna do 3 shots, and I got a bare shaft in here to shoot too, and I'll show you how that sucker sticks in the target. I shoot split. So if you're a 3 under shooter, with this bow I used to shoot 3 under, and I would drop to 2, and man, I was just gun barreling down that arrow. So for me, I'm a split vision, split finger shooter, and to get perfect arrow flight all the time, this is something you need to focus on. You don't want too long of a draw length. If you're way back here, there's no room for you to expand through your shot, okay? And then maybe you could get side pressure this way. So make sure you got a slight bend in your arm here, and that string comes right in front of your eye, or barely to the side, you know, just barely enough to where you can expand through your shot, because that's what you need to do shooting fingers. You need to put pressure on that string and be able for it to just break, like have a good crisp feel to it. You don't want to just pluck that sucker, because it's going to go all over the place, and it's kind of inevitable when you start shooting and stuff, because you will forget. So here's one secret that I've been doing for about a year when I practice, to keep myself with the feel of it. Because before, I would say 10 years ago when this came out, I was so confident with it, I didn't need to focus on squat besides what I wanted to hit. But you know, too many thoughts will ruin you, especially shooting bows. Or guns too. All right, looks like I got some kind of crap up there. All right, so I'll hook it right on the first creases there, and yeah, it sucker draws easy. So what I do, my index finger hooks the cheekbone, and I got that string not off to the side, but say the string, if I look at the string right now, it's running right down the side of the shaft of the arrow. So when I let that sucker go, it's going to be a straight line. So what I do, you don't want to death grip it and torque the shit out of it. Just a nice light grip. If you want to open hand it a little, whatever. So when you get ready to shoot, pick your spot and look. And right when you're ready to shoot, start pushing with your bow arm. And just, it's a slight push. It's nothing anybody can notice. You're locked in your cheekbone or wherever your favorite anchor point is, and it don't move. You got that pressure. You got that pressure holding the bow back, so you don't need to just try to pull hard and noticeably. Just a slight pressure. But as you're aiming, start pushing right towards your bullseye or your spot or whatever it is, and you'll feel that pressure come across your fingertips. And you tell yourself, okay, or whatever it is you want to do, but when you feel that pressure, you know you're going to have a good, crisp, clean break. So that's what I do, and it helps. Because if you stay limp with your bow arm, there's no room to expand through, and you don't have any tension on that string, especially shooting let off. And this is 85% let off, and it's just what I like. I like being able to draw back and get cozy. There's my spot. Push, push. And that was like right. It was perfect. All right, here's a bear shaft. And on my targets, I'll pick out little different spots to try to hit, because that's what keeps you good. You don't always need to shoot at a bullseye. That's a bear shaft, full length gold tip. I just taped it up to replicate the weight of the vanes in the back. And I weighed the electrical tape too, so it's, yeah, so I'm gonna shoot this one into this bear hip, and it looks like it'll be straight on, so we'll be able to see how it enters the target. Get your anchor, have some good back tension, pick your spot, and then just start pushing your hand towards that spot. Man, it just works so freaking perfect. And that arrow, I hit about that much high at this little yellow golf ball. So here, let's walk up here. Walk up to this thing. Here, this is the line I was shooting. Absolutely perfectly straight. This arrow, I was right on the dot, and then up here I was just, it doesn't really matter. But I'm telling you, we'll do this again, and doing this shooting fingers, if you can just focus on feeling that pressure on your fingertips rather than just relaxing during your shot, I'm telling you, all you guys are going to shoot so much better, and you're gonna be more accurate with clean arrow flight. I've spent countless hours out here in the yard doing this stuff, like more than what most people would, and it's just, I got an ungodly amount. Like, I've worn my fingers out, they're all mushed, and lately I've been shooting with them gloves, them Tim Wells gloves. I like them. You get a good slick release, but when it's hot out, I don't wear them. I just shoot bare fingers. All right, here, let me spin this around. I've got a lot of theories, if you didn't know. You know what I'm saying to you? Okay, and another one of my favorite anchoring tricks. I like the cock feather out. And that cock feather, my big old nose sits right on the top of it. I got my cheekbone. I know when I put my nose on top of that vane, then I'm locked in. So I mean, as long as I do my thing, and I was in a bad habit of tilting my head out to look, but I eliminated that crap, which was perfect for that buck hunt in the snow, because I smoked that sucker. All right, so let's shoot
shoot a little droop here. We'll shoot these arrows into the deer. I see that deer coming. Just get anchored. Keep it in a straight line. When you're practicing, focusing on keeping that string looking, it's like right down the side of the arrow, or right along the inside of the bow riser. Then you just pick your spot and start pushing. Freaking perfect. I probably should crank this sucker up. But I mean, when it gets cold out, then I wish I would have never cranked a bow up, because, you know, when you're out in that cold for so long. And plus, what's the point really anyways? You've seen that hunt there. That arrow passed right through that buck. And I'm taking my time doing this right now, and you can do that with let off when you're shooting a compound. This is for like let off shooting, guys who shoot fingers with let off, because that's what I've been getting the questions about. Get anchored, focus on a good anchor, and you don't move your anchor or your head. Hold it right where you know you're going to smoke it, and start pushing slightly. Arrow came out of there absolutely perfect. And I know I'm just blabbing, trying to tell you everything that comes to mind why I'm doing this. And it's the only way to do it. I learned from other people before, and I'll just sit here and blab. Maybe you'll pick up on something and it'll work out for you. But you could spend hours out here doing this, or you can do it the easy way and put a sight on and get a release. I mean, that's kind of fail proof there. But if you want to punish yourself, then do it like this. It makes it fun. Okay, I'm going to try to hit the arrow dead center in the lungs on that buck. This is the bear shaft. Holy freaking crap. Alright, let's go look at that. I'm not going to stop it. Got all these chickens out in the yard. You ever just want to talk like you're from New York? You like go out to the harbor, maybe fish off a barge. Look at all these chickens. There's Vesper. Okay, let's walk up here. That bear shaft, the way it entered the target, it's actually showing a little bit stiff, but I'm shooting at 20 yards, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, I know it's perfectly tuned. And I was trying to hit that arrow. Pretty decent, huh? So, I mean, if you guys got any questions, this was just a quick one. Try to explain to you some tips on getting that feel. Just lock in, and it feels like I got that shoulder blade almost cammed over, and my arm's bent just enough to where I'll start feeling that pressure. Push, pull, that more push than pull, because I'm locked in here with let off. It's a let off bow. If you're shooting traditional, it's a little bit different of a feeling. Hi, Stinker.
Hi.
What you doing?
Going to clean the kids.
Yeah, look how tall this girl's getting. Look at that. You're up here. We just got back from her dance competition. She got second in tap dance, and what'd you do?
Fourth in ballet, second and third in jazz.
Yeah. Are we gonna get you a deer with your bow again this year? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're a bow hunting girl. So, you have any questions about shooting, whatever, just send me a message. Feel that string pressure on them fingertips. You want that feeling, like you don't want no loose feeling. You want that string to come off of there like that. That's the feeling and the mindset you got to get if you want to shoot fingers and have good, clean arrow flight. Hey, we'll see you.